Today I've just got three things for you. I'm going to try to keep this video short, concise, and to the point. I've just got three things for you today. And the first one is an answer to a question that I was asked in the last live stream that I did by a friend. He asked me what my diet was. And I tried to answer it there, but I'll try to expand upon this a little bit. You know, right now, I actually just weighed myself earlier. I weigh more right now than I ever have in my life, which, I mean, it isn't a lot or anything. I weighed 174 pounds. I'm not a very big guy. I mean, I'm only 5'9", 5'10", you know, you could call me a manlet, I guess. But as far as diet goes, I really just have no set diet, I guess you could say. I've always been fairly high-strung. I've always had a high metabolism. If anything, for me, it's always kind of been difficult to gain weight, I guess you could say. I guess he was asking me this because, you know, I have put on a fair amount of muscle over the last 7-8 months or so, since I started working out quite intensely once again. You know, I don't really have a set diet. I don't count calories. If I see something I like, I eat it. I don't have the best diet, you could say. I don't follow, you know, the keto diet, or I'm certainly absolutely not a vegan or anything. As far as diet goes, I've always been like this. If I see something I like, I eat it. I eat a lot of meat, a lot of beef, a lot of chicken, pork. Occasionally I do eat some raw meat, some raw beef or raw liver on occasion. I drink a lot of milk. Occasionally I manage to get a hold of some raw milk. I need to find a steady source for that, because I believe raw milk, raw honey, and raw meat are the way to go. At least beef. I couldn't imagine eating raw chicken. That would be stomach turning to me. But I mean, I don't have the best diet either, you know. I drive a truck for a living. It's fairly active though. I mean, I have to load my own truck, unload it. I stay pretty active in that regard. But I mean, I eat fast food sometimes. I occasionally drink soda, you know. I'm not very strict with my diet. If I see something I like, I eat it. That's always how I have been, and that's how I'll always operate. I eat my fruits, eat my vegetables, I eat grain, I eat bread, but I eat a lot of meat. Meat is highly important. You know, I think the food pyramid that we are taught when we are children in school is erroneous. It's not good. Now, as far as fitness goes, the next thing I have for you is a channel recommendation. I highly recommend you all check him out. It's a guy by the name of Johnny Groob. I really enjoy his videos. He talks about a lot of things, a variety of things you could say. Some political things, cultural things. He also does fitness videos, and he has what I consider a very unique fitness approach. He calls it blue-collar fitness. And as far as my fitness regimen goes, I work out, I go to a gym, I do a lot of it's pretty conventional, I guess you could say. Bench press, squats, pull-ups. Pull-ups are one of my favorite things to do. A lot of the conventional type exercises, leg press. I work out every other day. So every I'd say 5 to 6 weeks, I'll take a week off. You know, it's pretty conventional. I like Johnny's approach because he approaches it like blue-collar fitness. He does weighted shovels, he does step-ups, he does kettlebell swings, a variety of things. And he does things, see, he frowns kind of upon, you know, going to the gym. Because in his videos, he points this out. How often do you see people that go to the gym and they just want to be so sore that they can't move? They just want to get injured. and brag about it. You know, it's just completely, he's absolutely correct in his assessment that fitness is, these guys, they don't know what they're doing, you know. What good is it if you can bench press 300 pounds yet you blow your back out if you're trying to just move a couch or a love seat, you know? The only reason I work out anymore is basically it's not to look good. When I was younger in college, I just wanted to look good, you know, to get women and such. Well, I've got me a woman, I've got me a fiance. I don't care about looking good anymore. The only things I work out for is because I just want to be able to move heavy stuff, and for when the time comes, perhaps bust someone upside the head. That's the only two reasons. And it seems to be working out for me, you know, I'm really sticking to it. And like I said, I would recommend for you all to go check out Johnny Groob's channel. As far something I do need to work on is I probably need to do more cardio. I hate running. Well, let me take that back. I hate jogging or any long distance type of running. Growing up, I played baseball and football. I hated basketball. Too much fucking running. What I liked about baseball and football is, you know, it's short bursts of energy. I've always been of the opinion I don't like to run unless something is chasing me or I am chasing after something. So I'm going to start doing some running here soon. I do get a little running in here and there, but I just want to be able to run about a mile in about, I don't know, 7-8 minutes, you know, without stopping. I've never understood people that want to, you know, run a fucking marathon. That's just, fuck that shit, you know, absolutely. I'm not interested in a marathon. Like I said, I'm all about short burst and a little bit of stamina, you know. So I do need to work on that. And the last point, like I said, check out Johnny Groob's channel. I think you guys would like it if you aren't aware of him already. And going to his fitness approach, he's a 54-year-old guy, and he's in excellent shape. He does, I'm not sure what trade he's in. I don't think I've ever heard him mention that. But I mean, you know, he approaches, you know, weight train, like fitness, you know. He doesn't care for going to a gym because when he was younger, he did that. Bench press 300 plus pounds, squat 500 or whatever. You know, he was a real strong man. But, you know, he said as he got older, you know, he started to realize, you know, it's really just breaking your body down. His fitness approach now is just doing stuff that is useful to him in his line of work and just real life, you know, real life training. And, you know, manual labor is it's an excellent way to stay in shape, absolutely. And the last point I want to bring up is something that Johnny has touched on, and that's the title of this video actually, is something that I heard my friend Pat say. You know, what is it with our people and worshiping the white coat? Worshiping and holding dear every single word that a doctor says to them. You know, I don't understand this. You know, I haven't been to a doctor. Let me back up. I had to go get a physical when I started my trucking job. Yeah, it's a requirement, you could say. In that physical, you know, back then I only weighed about 158, 155 pounds. And I've got 20/20 vision in both eyes. You know, I'm pretty fucking healthy, you know, and that's kind of remarkable. I've never broken a bone. I've only been hospitalized once in my life, and that was back shortly after me and Miranda started dating. That's been many years ago. I got food poisoning and got hauled off to the hospital. I was in pretty bad shape, but I was in there overnight. Next day they discharged me, you know, got some IVs. Yeah, it was pretty rough, but as far as going to a doctor, other than that trip to the physical, I can't remember the last time I went to a doctor. I've never understood why some people, for any little sniffle, any little ailment, something minor, like, oh, go to the doctor. Oh, take a Tylenol. Tylenol is absolutely terrible for you. I mean, acetaminophen, very bad on your liver. You know, And that's another thing, like our people are so, I mean, we've all seen the fucking silly music videos that these e-thoughts have put out, you know, oh, Dr. Fauci, what the fuck? I mean, that little worm, I mean, it's worshiping the white coat. You know, it's like these people, they don't realize, you know, that doctors are there to prescribe medicine. They're paid by pharmaceutical companies to prescribe this shit. And how often if you watch TV ever, how many times have you seen a fucking commercial where they're like, oh, take this drug to resolve this one issue. But when they give you the list of side effects, there's fucking solve one problem, create 6 more, you know? I mean, it's just absolutely mind-blowing. It's I know there's some medicine for, I think, psoriasis or something. And it's supposed to cure your psoriasis, but you may have bleeding out your rectum, bleeding out your eyeballs, seizures. I mean, it's just, what the fuck? Solve one condition, produce 6 more. I mean, it's just a money racket. You know, people can't see that going to a fucking doctor, and you know, I mean, especially just after this scamdemic, the plandemic, we see that, you know, it's at an all-time high. Listen to the doctors, listen to the experts. And I mean, if you paid any bit of attention to this over time, over the last 2 years, you see that they've backtracked 100 times. Oh, get your vaccine, protect others, protect yourself. Yeah, you're still getting COVID. Some vaccine. The CDC changes the definition of what a vaccine is. Some vaccine. Yeah, I'll be sure to line up for that shit. Hell yeah. Worshipping the white coat. And there was another point I was going to bring up. I've lost my damn train of thought. What was it? You know, I mean, people are just fucking stupid. Worshipping the white coat. Deference to the experts. I don't understand it. Not in the least. And you know, people, they want to take a pill or whatever for whatever little ailment. They want to live forever. You know what? You're not going to live for fucking ever. We all die. It's inevitable. It's coming. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm actively seeking death or anything like that. Absolutely not. But you know, I have no plans of living past 70, past 60. Who knows? You know, it's silly. We're all going to die. Death is natural. It's a part of life. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it's cruel. But it's a part of life. And people are so afraid of it, you know. They're so willing to put their faith in the white coat because they think they're going to live forever. They think technology, they think all these wonder drugs is going to save them. I don't take medication. I don't trust medication. Not in the least. I think there's natural remedies, and you can avoid a lot of sickness by just taking care of yourself. Eat well. You ain't got to, at least in my case, you know, I can eat what I want. But, you know, eat well. Eat a lot of meat. You know, I mean, how often have we seen over the decades that these health experts backtrack on what they're prescribing, on what they're advocating for? I don't understand the worship of the white coat. I think perhaps this whole plandemic, at least for some of us, at least for some of the more intelligent ones of us, started to ask a lot of questions and lose a lot of faith in something that we should have never had faith in. Thank y'all for watching. Bye-bye.